Everyone, this is Jimmy Perry here, and today I have our people who decided to work out this quarantine able to stay consistent with their workout plan. When it gets hard to continue, how do you motivate yourself to work out? So, sorry, those getting a glare, but yeah. So the first answer I put to this was yes. Just pick a goal and stick with it. Find a way to be able to continue. For me, it was using resistance bands alongside body weight exercises. And when it got hard, I wrote my goals out and started to look at them every day to remind myself I had to continue. However, there's like times when people just have a hard time sticking with their workout program for whatever reason. And I remember, I've always liked exercise, but at the beginning, for some people, when it gets hard, you don't want to exercise, or when you don't feel like exercising, you take it as a sign that you shouldn't be exercising. And yes, I'm on two phones. So here are 6 tips on how to stick with your exercise routine when you either don't have access to the gym or don't feel motivated to continue working out. So first, always remember you're working out so you can look and feel good. Now this should be a big one. So there's external locus of control and internal locus of control, or external focus, internal focus. You should have an internal focus, locus of control when it comes to your gym. You should be able to control. You know why you're working out. No one else does. Just because someone else isn't working out, or because they don't, something's not going right, or you think like other people are beating you or whatever. You working out for you, so you know you're not exercising. Other people can give you compliments. Hold on, I fixed that where I messed something up. You're not. Actually, yeah. So you're not exercising. Other people can give you. Sorry, I was reading something. Can give you compliments, so other people can be jealous of you. When you reach for exercise, should be internal, meaning that you're working out so you can gain muscle mass or lose weight, so you can achieve some type of goal. So if you have a weight goal or a muscle, like you're trying to just recomposition your physique so you look more muscular or whatever that reason may be. I have bags under my eyes. Just stick with that and be focused on that. So be internally motivated. That way you don't have to worry about losing your motivation, or it'll be harder to lose that motivation. Is a better way of putting that, because it's all on you. It's no one else. And next is don't go all out in the beginning. This can be a literal game changer. When we first start going to the gym, we don't have an idea of what perceived rate of exhaustion is, or what we're doing for that matter. So I remember, like, when I first started, I just did everything. I did push-ups, tricep kickbacks, bench press, flat bench, incline bench, decline bench, shoulder press, tricep extensions, deadlifts. No, I did just chest day. Bicep curls, wrist curls. I did everything. And then on top of that, I did pull-ups. And then rows. Like, I'm telling you, when I did everything, I did. And I didn't get bigger. I mean, I got swole, but it was just because I was, like, pumped all the time, because I worked out 6 days a week. It wasn't because I was actually getting bigger. So when we first go into the gym, we don't have an idea of what those things are. We don't know what we're doing, so we just go around doing anything. And, we end up going all out. And, like, I was able to keep doing it because I didn't have anything else to do. But it might not be the same for you. So, you know. So I know some people, some people, I just pause. That was the weirdest thing in the world. But I know of people who, like, when it got hard, they would work out really hard and then not work out the next day because they're sore, or they next couple of days because they're sore and they want their body to fully recover, and then they just got out of the routine. So stick to that routine, and don't go all out, and you find yourself being able to stick with it longer and improve your work capacity or your workload, whatever it is. Or no, so you'll be able to improve that, and then you'll be able to hit those weights that were work, or do those things you were doing that were considered all out at the beginning. Once develop yourself a little bit more, so take baby steps and lower the weight, do less reps. Make sure you go into the gym with a plan, rather than just doing as many exercises as you like, because that's recipe for failure. Not having a plan is a recipe for failure. Next is make it work for you. Don't put as much work as you possibly can on yourself. Like, for instance, and this just goes into scheduling. Like if you already have things that are gonna keep you busy from 8 in the morning till 10 at night, don't try and fit the gym into that 8 to 10 time span. You might have to go earlier or pick fewer days so you can actually get up earlier during one of those days, and just don't do that to yourself. Um, you don't have to spend 2 hours in the gym either. You don't have to spend 3 hours, 4 hours to make sure you feel accomplished. Just do 30 to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour is enough time for you, for most people, to do what you have to do. That's what, when you're spending 2 hours in the gym, you're not doing something right. You don't know what you're doing, or like you're taking too long of breaks. You're talking too much to some, you know. If it takes, you wasting something, and you don't. And if you already have a busy schedule, or you're not the kind of person to get up in the mornings to go to the gym. You're not a night person for the gym, or just make it work for you, so you don't find yourself trying to fit too much in and cutting something out, which could be the gym. Next is, which most likely is going to be the gym. So, but next is, know that your training must be long-term focused. So nothing's gonna happen in the next 2 weeks. Nothing's gonna happen in the next 3 months. Something's gonna happen, but you're not gonna reach your goal in 3 months. You're gonna reach your goal in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. You're not gonna. So just know that, and then train and keep that mindset. So when you're not seeing goal or things, when you're not achieving certain things, and you should be achieving things all the time, but when you're not reaching certain goals, or that you're not big in the next month, and don't trip. That's just how it is. So next is, you're not always going to be motivated to exercise. Now that's true. There are going to be days when you don't want to get up. There are going to be days when you just got off of work and you're tired, and whatever it is, or you got off late the day before and you're tired and you don't want to go to work. Whatever it is, just don't let those things stop you from working out, because you have to work out. So keep that in mind, and you'll be fine. I'm a rapper. I'm a poet. JimmyPerry.site. Check that out. It's kind of morbid poetry, but I like what I write. Next is, that was a self-plug on my own podcast. But your goals don't just go away. Even though you're in a position where you don't want to work out or are having trouble working out, you can't forget that you set some sort of goal for yourself. And this is kind of ties into the last thing. Just because the question kind of dealt with quarantine as well. So just because you're in a quarantine and you're having trouble accessing the gym doesn't mean there are other things you can't do and should do to make it happen. So I did body weight exercises and bands. I couldn't go to the gym. So for you, do what will allow you to make it work. Thank you. All right. Oh, you hear from me next time. Sorry. Peace.